Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about plain language. So this is any kind of wording that helps a reader to better understand what you're trying to say by using words that are going to help to relay your message more quickly, more easily, and more completely. Now, you may have heard someone say, "Tell me like I'm 5." Broadly speaking, this is a fine way to approach trying to distill your message, but it's worth noting that when you're using plain language, it is not the same as baby talk. Not at all. Plain language is simply there to be straightforward. If we were to break down all these different explanations of what plain language is, it's really taking into consideration the reading skill of your audience, right? Where are people at? Who are you talking to? And what are they going to be able to actually understand and take away? Not only is it a way to try and meet your audience where they're at, but it's a way to try and engage with them further. Just because they can understand what you're saying doesn't mean that there's not a simpler way to say it. Broadly speaking, when you use overly inflated vocabulary, you're overcomplicating for no reason. You're inviting someone to pull out a thesaurus for no reason. So typically, the more concise you are, the better you are being about using plain language. And the more concise you are, the more effective you are as well. Now, you may have seen a chart like this before. And when we say plain English, we are talking about writing in a 8th to 9th grade level. So anything less than that is probably more simple than it needs to be, and anything more than that is probably more complicated than it needs to be. When it comes to this statistic, I can't seem to find a solid answer one way or the other as far as how many millions, but in my opinion, it doesn't actually matter, because when we're talking about millions of people, you should just do it. There's millions of people who may find your content inaccessible because you're not using plain language. So how do we use plain language? How do we incorporate that in our writing? Let's take a look at this first example. Advancements in telehealth technology are designed to help doctors build their capacity and provide more streamlined service to Pfizer Permanente customers. Let's break this down. So, telehealth technology. What does that actually mean? Typically, it's video appointments is what that's actually referring to. So, let's just say our video appointments are designed to help doctors build their capacity. What does that mean? You're trying to see more people. So video appointments help doctors see more people, and that might even be good enough as it is. So now that Pfizer offers video appointments, doctors can see more patients. Isn't that more straightforward? Isn't that more clear? And it was more concise, and you can see how much more effective that is. Another way would be to use the active voice. So in passive voice, we don't refer directly to you. We speak broadly as if there's not a direct person that we're engaging. And so video appointments can be scheduled on our website. That is as passive as it gets. And as you can see, the more passive things are, the less engaging they are, and the more words they tend to add to a sentence. You can schedule an appointment on our website. That is active, it is brief, it is to the point, and it is way more engaging. So that is one way to simplify. Another is to use bulleted lists. So we can see, even just from this example, what is that, 3, 4 items? It's really hard to say, from a glance at least. As we add the bullet points in, we can clearly see there's 4 items that we need to bring, and we even have a nice little checklist to help us grab them and not miss anything. It distills the information, and you can see we didn't even use any different wording. It's the exact same wording. It's literally just with bullet points, and it's already way easier to read, more palatable, more digestible. Another way would be to break up long paragraphs. I'm not even going to read this. Just looking at it as it is, would you rather read that or this? I'm willing to bet you would rather read this. So when it comes to using plain language and trying to reach your audience with a simpler set of words, sometimes it's about using simpler words, sometimes it's about using simpler formatting. But all in all, I've been Jeffers, and I will see you next time.